What's up, guys? Welcome back to Zion77, and today I want to take you through NFT 101. Now, I've been taking you through NFTs a little bit on this channel, but I realized that I've been telling you things about NFTs and people still might not even really know what they are. So today I want to give you a beginner course on NFT 101. I've been in the space long enough that I have a pretty decent understanding of what it is. Now, here's the good news, okay? When you go to college, okay, and you're in a lecture, a lot of times those types of lectures are going to be filled with words you don't understand. What I mean is, a lot of times in any space, including NFTs, when people are telling you things or explaining, they use words that you don't know to describe words that you don't know. I want to take you through a non-technical beginner course on NFT so you can understand what an NFT is and how to actually go about buying one. Because ultimately, if you are getting into NFTs, you're going to buy one eventually. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. And it's very overwhelming for people. In order to first understand NFTs, you're going to have to understand what it actually means. An NFT literally stands for non-fungible token. All right, we're gonna take it baby steps. We're going popsicle sticks. We're going to the basics, okay? It is a non-fungible token. Now, in order to understand what a non-fungible token is, you need to understand what a fungible asset is, or a fungible good, or just the word fungible. Now, a fungible asset or good is something that can be replicated, or it can be split into smaller parts. So an example of a fungible asset or good is going to be, let's say, US currency, the dollar bill. The dollar bill can be given to many people. Many people have one, and it is the exact same value and exact same type of thing. And if you take a US $50 bill, you can actually divide it into smaller parts of lesser value. Another form of fungible good would be cereal. All right, when I'm on the aisle getting some Cappy Crunch, my boy over here trying to get some Cappy Crunch, my girl over here trying to get some Cappy Crunch, we all Cappy happy, okay? That right there is a fungible good because we're all getting the same thing and we're taking it and owning it as our own. The difference between a fungible token and a non-fungible token should be obvious, okay? Non-fungible is literally not fungible. Okay, so a non-fungible token is something that is a single unit that is unique to itself and can never be replicated. There is one that exists, and that is all you need to know. If you are the owner, you own the only one until you give it to somebody else if you decide to. Now, if you're thinking about non-fungible things in the world, think about diamonds, okay? Every diamond is a particular cut, particular weight, and therefore it is not interchangeable, okay? If you own a particular diamond, you have that diamond, and there's probably no other diamond exactly like it. Like land, real estate, those things are non-fungible. Once you own a house, it is your house until you give it to somebody else. If you own land, it is your land until you give it to somebody else. The land cannot be replicated. Now, whether it be a picture, animation, video, or GIF, art has become the medium that has been molded around what an NFT really is. An NFT is just a unique unit of data that is stored on a digital ledger, which is basically a record book. And because of blockchain technology, then allows for proof of ownership. If you own that NFT, it is yours and it's only yours, and there are none other like it. Now, guys, don't make the mistake of thinking NFTs are just artistic assets. They may have once been that, and there are some that are still. In the photography space of NFTs, there's still a lot that are literally just pictures that are valuable because people have placed value on them. There have been many things, just like autographs. Autographs are only valuable because people have placed value on them. So artistic NFTs are valuable because people said they were, and it stuck. And then other people said, yeah, I agree. And then this guy said, yeah, you know what? You're right. And this guy was like, hey, can I pay you all of my money for one? And they all said yes. NFTs are evolving into more of an access pass to communities, or there are actual assets that are going to be integrated into games or the metaverse in the future. Either way, both of these things are called utility. So if you hear that word utility in the space, if somebody says, hey, does that NFT have utility? They're basically saying, can you utilize the NFT in a way that's not just something to look at? Does it have actual tangible value? Can you use it to do other things than just look? That is what they mean by utility. That is a good word to write down right now. I'll pause. You know what? No, you pause it. I'll pause. One of the reasons it's so important to get in now is because communities are opening up. The markets are becoming more and more saturated every single day with NFT projects, and it's going to get overwhelming to understand which ones are going to be the most valuable. And some NFT communities actually snowball into other communities. And so if you're not in the first one, it's going to be hard for you to get in these upcoming ones. So it's like a first come, first serve type of thing, and it's becoming more exclusive every day. But first, you have to understand NFTs, so that's why I'm talking to you. Let's get back on track. So now that you hopefully know what an NFT is and why they're more valuable than just a piece of art, or if you get if you're just a super blessed person and you end up getting one of those highly valued artistic NFTs, that's great too. Now, for some of us who aren't just swimming in capital, we are here to get as much out of an NFT as possible, whether that be from the rarity of the art and the NFT itself or the assets that are unlocked by being in ownership of the NFT. So how do you actually buy an NFT? The first thing you need to do, and this is going to be super cut and dry, really quick, the first thing you need to do is have money in your bank account. Guys, none of this is financial advice. You need to be doing your own research, finding out your own information. I'm trying to tell you about my experience and teach you how to get into the space if that's something that you decide to do. I want to help you with that process. So the first thing to do is have money in your bank account. If you don't have money in the bank, it's probably not smart to start investing in NFTs. Now, for me, if I have money in the bank account and I decide to proceed, the next thing I needed to do was go to a platform like crypto.com, which is what I actually use now, or Coinbase. There's several others, which are basically just going to be vehicles where you can buy crypto. You turn US currency into crypto. So if I want to buy one of the most popular cryptos for actually buying and selling NFTs, I would need to buy Ethereum. There are others as well that you can do, but I haven't really gotten to them. I know Solana is another one that you can invest in order to buy and sell NFTs on different marketplaces. The reason I chose Ethereum is because the risks are higher, but the rewards are greater. With Solana, each coin doesn't cost as much, so the risk is less, but the reward is also less. So I was going big, like I usually do. So I ended up buying Ethereum. Now, after you actually have Ethereum into your platform, in my case, crypto.com, it's going to take a couple days to transfer from your bank account into the platform. And then what you're simply going to do is from that platform, crypto.com, Coinbase, etc., transfer that into a crypto wallet. Your wallet is going to be the device which allows you to buy and sell NFTs. Now, there are different types of wallets that you can get, and I've been a part of several different projects now. And anytime that there was a wallet requirement, it was always Metamask. If there wasn't a wallet requirement, it didn't really matter. But if there was a requirement, it has always been, from my experience, Metamask. So I went with Metamask, and so far it's been good. Now, the thing about a wallet is when you get your seed phrase or your recovery phrase, you need to write that down, lock it in a vault. Don't tell anybody about that. If anybody in this world ever asks you for your seed phrase, you do not give it to them or you will lose everything, okay? Because the only people that would be asking for that are people that want to take everything that you have. Do not ever give your seed phrase or your recovery phrase to anybody for any reason, all right? Maybe a spouse, okay? If you've been married for more than 10 to 12 years. Wait, I've only been married 8. I need to go lock that away real quick. Just kidding. Guys, obviously you can decide who you want to give your seed phrase to, but if it's anybody outside of a spouse, I highly recommend not giving it to anybody, okay? Boom, lock it away in a vault, write it down, because if you lose it, you're done. So guys, once you have a crypto wallet like MetaMask or Coinbase wallet, you can then transfer the crypto that you've already bought on your platform, such as crypto.com or Coinbase, into that wallet. Now, from my experience of using crypto.com and getting it into MetaMask, when I transfer that, the first thing that I have to do is actually put my MetaMask wallet in crypto.com. Once I've done that, it actually takes 24 hours to basically for crypto to process the fact that happened and to begin to trust it, I guess. So it took a 24-hour period where it was basically locked down, where there's some kind of verification happening. So that is normal. And also for me, in my experience with crypto.com, there's always been a fee when I'm transferring from crypto.com to MetaMask. That fee has, for me, both times been 0.005 Ethereum. So if I transfer 1 Ethereum over, I end up in my MetaMask with 0.995 Ethereum. Now, once you have your crypto in your wallet, this is where you can actually start to buy and sell NFTs. But where do you start looking? Now, there are a bunch of different marketplaces out there. The one that is probably the most common, especially for Ethereum purchases, is Opensea. Now, once you get to Opensea, you're going to make a profile. And on this profile, you're going to have an empty gallery. Unless somebody has somehow found your public address, gifted you a CryptoPunk, don't worry about what it is, okay? If you see the word CryptoPunk, go ahead and sell that thing for about 80 ETH. Stop what you're doing and get out. Okay, get out and live a good life. All right. Now, once you're in Opensea, again, you're going to have this gallery that's going to have nothing in there. And if you go to explore NFTs, you're going to be completely overwhelmed because you're going to have no idea what you're looking at. If you go ahead and just Google NFTs, the best NFTs or whatever, you're going to find these projects that are really high priced, or they're just not in the current meta, probably, because the meta changes all the time. So what you really need to do first is go on Twitter and start following some influencers. It does take a little bit of work and research. You have to do your own research. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that'd be great. My link is in the description below. And guys, I follow a lot of highly influential people in the NFT space, and I have started to really learn and educate myself on this. And I want to teach you again like this, and then we'll get deeper into it. We'll get into the meat soon, but we got to start with the milk. So we're at the milk right now. Okay, so let's just milk each other. Wait. Now guys, before you start looking at NFTs to actually buy and just diving into those projects, you need to understand a couple more things that are going to come up inevitably. One of those things is gas fees. Gas fees are very annoying to deal with, but you need to understand what they are. And Ethereum is known for having really high gas fees. Hopefully that's going to be fixed with ETH 2, but we're not going to get into that right now. There are other platforms and other types of currencies that do not require as high gas fees. But again, Ethereum has the highest risk, but the highest reward right now. So for me, a lot of times the gas fee might be worth it. Even if it feels steep, I might be able to actually make a profit that pays for the NFT that I just bought, the gas fee and everything else, and the creator fee and all that. So what exactly is a gas fee? A gas fee is basically a fee you're paying to compensate for the computing power of a transaction on the blockchain. So when you're making a transaction with Ethereum, you're actually paying for that computing power to process that transaction. So what's going to happen with gas fees is when you go to purchase an NFT, it's going to show you something that looks very, very overwhelming and confusing. And it's going to be on your MetaMask wallet is going to pop up, or whatever wallet you have. I use MetaMask, so this is my experience. MetaMask wallet is going to pop up when you go to actually buy an NFT, and it's going to say confirm checkout. Now you're going to be looking at your wallet over here, and it's going to say this is the estimated gas fee. Now for a scrub like I basically just pressed OK, no matter what it was. But there are places you can go check to see if the gas fees are actually really high, which means that basically the blockchain is super congested, or a lot of people are trying to buy one NFT. And if there's a lot of competition, the gas fees are going to explode. This is what a gas war is called. It's when a lot of people are really hyped about something and they're all trying to buy it at once, and the gas fees are astronomical. I think I've heard stories where people have actually paid gas fees that are higher than the value of the NFT itself. But there are places you can go to figure out if gas fees are high. You can just go to Google and type in Ethereum gas fees, and you can see if the blockchain is congested at the moment. If it is, just relax. And unless you really, it's up to you. If you really feel like you need an NFT that bad, it's your finances. But so again, you're going to see your MetaMask pop up. It's going to show you an estimated gas fee. You have the option to set a custom gas fee if you want to. However, if you're new to the arena, it's going to be hard for you to really understand what your max gas fee should be. I've done it before, and I've set a max gas fee, and it actually took 24 hours, and it failed my transaction. And if you fail a transaction when making a purchase, you will actually lose some money as part of that transaction fee. You can also set your transaction speed to low, medium, or high, which is going to increase the chances as you get higher of successfully purchasing that NFT. So it's weird, but there is actually a risk associated with just buying an NFT, just hopefully getting it into your wallet. It's a wild thing, but don't get overwhelmed by that, because my first one actually failed twice because my gas fee wasn't set, the limit wasn't set high enough, and it scared me so bad. And then I finally did it, and now I completely understand it. I had to read a couple articles, and I'll probably make a video about gas fees and stuff like that in the future. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments. But just understand that gas fees are something that is associated with it, and it's normal. Now, once you have a successful purchase, it will show in your gallery on Opensea. Opensea is essentially just a gallery of things that you have in your crypto wallet. So whatever I have in MetaMask is simply being displayed out in Opensea. I can actually disconnect MetaMask from Opensea, and Opensea will have nothing in it. So it's MetaMask that's doing the transactions. Opensea is just the way to view those. So guys, now you should know what an NFT is, what steps you need to take to actually get crypto into a wallet in order to be able to buy one. And you should also understand in the most basic form how to buy an NFT. If you'd like me to go more in detail with any of these topics, let me know in the comments. Now, before you buy an NFT, it's very smart to understand what NFT you want to be looking at. How do you decide on an NFT? It's a very complicated process a lot of the time, but again, one great way to do that is to go on Twitter and find influencers that you trust, including yours truly. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, again, my link is in my bio description. Sorry, I've been on Twitter too much, and TikTok and everything else. It's in the description. And I would love to help you guys out even more on Twitter. And I have been sharing projects that I'm actually involved in right now. So if you want to know any of that information, I'd be honored. Now, when you go on Twitter and you're looking through all these different NFTs, you start following a bunch of people, you're scrolling through, you're still overwhelmed because there's so many different projects. And guys, it's exponential growth in the NFT space as far as new projects are concerned. It's getting more and more hyped each day, more and more saturated each day. So one of the best ways to do this, guys, is to be on Twitter, go into these projects and click on the websites. Go to their website and look at the roadmap, which is essentially going to be their vision, look at their mission statement, see what they're all about, see if you agree with the community. If you don't necessarily love the community, I don't know if I would invest time into it, but if you really like the art, but for some reason you don't like the roadmap, the art is something you could look at as well. But for me, I like the art and the utility side of it, and I'm really into the utility, unless it's really exceptional art, because the utility is the thing that's going to stick. Even if the project flops a little bit, you could still have some value in the NFT with the utility. Now guys, when you get into these projects and you actually commit to one, there are going to be two platforms that you spend most of your time on. One is going to be Twitter, and the other one is going to be Discord. Discord is the one that is heavily utilized in the NFT space. You're going to hear a term called whitelist, especially if the project is relatively new and even to the last 5 minutes before mint. My next one, beautiful segue. Wish I could do it right now, but I have to keep explaining what whitelist is. Whitelist is a VIP role. Now, most Discord communities are going to have a channel where it actually says how to whitelist or whitelist, how to be whitelisted, any of those derivatives. So if you click on those different places in the Discord, the whitelist, they're going to show you criteria that you need to meet in order to be given this VIP role. Why do you want to be whitelisted? Why do you care? Whitelisters are going to be a special group of people, and there's only going to be a certain amount. They're going to be a special group of people that are going to be able to mint. Wish I could do that again. Perfect segue, but must keep going. They're going to be able to mint their NFTs for a much lower price than the public. So guys, an example of this would be the project Invisible Friends. The whitelisters got to mint the NFT for, I believe, 0.25 Ethereum, which turns out, and it's weird when you start thinking in terms of Ethereum, you stop caring about how much money you're spending. It's very dangerous. But 0.25 Ethereum to me does not sound like a lot of money, even though it probably is. And I know it is because when I really think about it, it's actually close to what would be around $800 right now. Sounds insane, but the profits you can make force you kind of to stop thinking that that is a lot of money, because that will kind of stall you in your process of doing this. And to a lot of people, and to me as well, it is a lot of money. But again, if you feel like 0.05 Ethereum, which is like $150 is a lot for a piece of art, this is not the arena for you, because that is one of the cheapest ones I would have ever seen or ever even thought about buying would be like 0.05. Okay, so 0.25 is pretty steep. However, when Invisible Friends actually went live and people started flipping these NFTs, they were flipping them for 10 Ethereum. 10 Ethereum, which equates to about, I think the floor is right now is like $22,000, but it equates 10 Ethereum would be like $30,000. Bought it for about 800, flipped it for about 30 grand. You do the math. Okay, it's insane. Now, not every project is going to be like that. I've already been in a couple that actually people immediately after I got whitelisted and I minted, it immediately went below floor price. That means people were literally just losing money for no, it makes no sense to me why people would do that. If I figure out the answer, I'll give it to you. I don't understand, but people sometimes just destroy the floor price, and that is a problem. Okay, so whitelisting, guys, again, is just a VIP role that you get in Discords, which is going to allow you to mint the NFT for a lot cheaper than you would if you were just part of the public. Okay, so that is going to be where you're spending a lot of your time. And there's a term called grinding Discords, which is basically where you're just spamming Discords trying to get your level up. But the meta for Discords is also changing to more of a community-based thing where grinding doesn't matter as much, and it's more about the involvement, it's more about the engagement and the relationships that you build, which is a good thing. That's what it needs to turn into. So now I lost all my great segues, and now I'm just going to jump right into it. It's just going to be like I'm hitting a brick wall. But minting. What is minting? Minting is essentially, because these are non-fungible tokens, they are unique assets. It's like minting. Think about minting a new coin. Think about minting a US penny, okay? It's a brand new penny. It's beautiful. It's pristine. It is in mint condition. Your NFT, when you buy it, when you purchase it, it's called minting it. If you mint it, it is the first time that NFT has been introduced into the transferable and transactional space. Before that, it is just a piece of data that is nobody can move around in any way. So when you mint it, you are the first one to actually buy it, and it is now in your possession. And when you transfer it to other people, you are not minting it, you are just transferring it, and those transactions are taking place. But the first one is a mint. That is what it's called. So you'll hear a lot of people saying, I'm going to mint my first NFT, or hey, what is the mint date? That means what is the date that is first being released to those that are going to get early access to it, or if it's just public, great, that's awesome too. So that is what a mint is. Another term you're going to hear a lot is floor price. What is floor price? If you go on Opensea and you click on any popular project, you're going to see in the main portion basically this row of data and stats, and one of them is going to be amount of Ethereum traded. There's going to be a floor price. Floor price is simply the lowest transaction that you can make to purchase an NFT. If you look at projects like Invisible Friends, their floor price is extremely high, which means that it's going to be hard to buy one because you have to buy, if you want to buy the cheapest one, you have to buy at the floor price. And right now, Invisible Friends, I think is at 7 Ethereum or something stupid like that. It's amazing. But there's also some more popular projects that only, the floor right now is 0.2, 0.3. And it's because the market is pretty bearish right now. But if there's great opportunity for those to eventually raise in floor price, and then eventually, hopefully, they all become valuable again. When I first got into NFTs, this was all pretty overwhelming, but it only took me a couple times being in Discords and talking to people that I really understood what all this was. It can be very overwhelming at first, but guys, understand that what happens is that a community creates a project, okay, and they then create a Discord. Sometimes those Discords are locked, you can't get into them, they give out private access. It's really cool, they really make people want it. It's smart how these people are starting to really market their Discords, and they're making it very exclusive, and it's making people want them even more, which is just natural human behavior. So sometimes you have to really be engaged on Twitter because they'll put out their Discord for a minute or 10 minutes, or they'll just put a little code out there for a second, and you have to just scoop it up and hopefully get in. I've been a part of a Discord that I was there right when it started, and it exploded. There was a flood of people. It actually broke Discord, and it was pretty amazing. But yeah, so Discords are going to be very, very saturated with people if it's a really hyped project. So you can either go for a really hyped project and really have to become engaged in that community to work your way up that ladder, or you can go for projects that aren't as hyped yet, but you really believe in the utility and the vision, and you can try to get whitelisted probably a lot easier in those types of communities because they want you just as bad as you want them, or even more. And other communities, like, they need you, but you want them. All right, you want it. They don't need it. All right, they just play hard to get the whole time. But these other communities, you can just kind of jump in, and they're really excited to have you there, and you can feel a little bit more like a family in those types of communities, and you can get whitelisted. And then hopefully, if you're right and your vision is right, and you're estimated, you made that educated guess, you can just hopefully that community blows up, and you can even help that happen with engagement in social media and using your platforms as well. And if that project blows up, then you already have the whitelist. You don't even have to grind for it. So those are two different avenues you can take in this space to really become a part of the NFT community. Now, if you're on Opensea, there's another thing you're going to see on some things, and it's a little pink diamond. If you see a black diamond, that's just regular Ethereum. You can just buy it with regular Ethereum that you have in your wallet. If you see a pink diamond, that is actually something called, it's shown as WETH. Okay, I was like, what is Weth, bro? What is Weth? Okay, I don't know what Weth is, but it's actually called wrapped ETH. And wrapped ETH is basically, it's a 1-for-1 Ethereum. I believe that, I think there's a fee for actually turning it into wrapped ETH. I forget, but it is basically you can convert it into wrapped ETH in order to use it for auctioning. So if you want to for bidding, if you want to bid on an NFT, you can use wrapped ETH and bid on those assets. And they have a certain amount of time to reply to you or accept or deny your offer. And that's what the pink diamond is. It's just wrapped ETH. But I think with Ethereum, almost everything requires a fee. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was. I forgot. I've used wrapped ETH before. And I just want to explain to you that's what that pink diamond is. It's basically a bidding form of Ethereum. Boom. Super easy. So guys, a couple more things I need to mention real quick. There are a couple things that were very confusing to me when I first got into the NFT space. And one of those things was the process in which you actually buy the NFT, and that is going to be first, there's going to be a whitelist date. So all the whitelisters, the VIPs, are going to be able to mint their NFTs. And if they don't mint those NFTs, sometimes there will be excess that they will allow to just go into the public sale, or they're just going to save just a certain number for the whitelist and then give the rest to the public sale. But regardless, there's going to be a period of time when you purchase the NFT to when the art is revealed. So if you're right at the mint date, then you're going to see all NFTs look exactly the same. That is not a problem. That is not a mistake. All the NFTs are going to have some kind of probably animation. If it's part of the hype. It's something that they actually put work into. Are these little pre-reveal animations that look really sick a lot of the time? And when you see these, they're all going to look the same. Now, this is kind of where the gamble is in NFTs as well, because a lot of times these NFTs are going to have individual traits, and these traits are going to be the thing that makes them more or less rare in the eyes of short-sighted people. Short-sighted people probably believe that NFTs are just valuable based on their current traits, and they have no value in the future, which just is not true a lot of the time. I believe that a lot of the NFTs that aren't valuable now could be very valuable in the future. But let's say for rarity, let's say that only 0.001% of these NFTs are going to have angel wings. That means that if you get an NFT when the art is revealed with angel wings, people are probably going to start bidding on it. You can list it super high. You can basically influence the market in your favor because you have a rare NFT. And from what I've heard very commonly expressed is that if there's, let's say there's 10,000 NFTs, if you have one that is ranked, and the ranking is going to happen, there's different websites you can use. They'll usually, the projects will usually tell you one like Rarity Sniffer or Rarity Sniper, where you can actually see the rarity of these NFTs. And if you get one that is below 1,000 out of 10,000, then you are going to be doing pretty good. If you get one that's higher, you can still sell, or you can still just hold on to it, whatever you want. It doesn't mean that people won't buy it. You just can't list it as high. If you get one that's like top 10, you're pretty much made. You can list it for almost anything and somebody's probably going to buy it. But that's for really rare traits in the NFT space currently. Now understand as well that a lot of these big projects, unless it's like a photography thing where it's just this artist that releases one picture and you just get it or you don't, whatever, but the ones that I've been a part of have released a supply of anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 NFTs, each with their own unique traits, making them more or less valuable in the present. But again, if there's a lot of utility behind these things, it might not matter what their rare traits are. If people are trying to flip these NFTs really quickly or make quick money, that's where the rarity of the traits really matter. So understand when you before the art is revealed, there's usually a week or whatever amount of time. I think sometimes it's only 24 hours, something like that, but there's going to be a period of time where you can't see the art, okay? There's just a single mannequin sitting there, hopefully doing something sick, and that's what you get to look at until the art is revealed, in which then you get to see your traits and see if it's rare. If it's not rare, don't worry, because it could have utility in the future, or if it has utility behind it to begin with, it could be valuable in the future. Okay, or even when they put it in a game or whatever they're doing with it, okay? So, and sometimes just having the NFT is access into the community. So you verify these NFTs in Discords a lot of the time, and you can become part of the community and have one of the ones I'm actually in right now has these things called alpha giveaways, where basically if you're a holder, you get these exclusive giveaways and these exclusive drops to different NFT communities in different Discords. So there's a lot of benefits just to having and holding one. And a lot of these communities want you to hold it because that increases the value of these things over time. So if you're just going to go out and flip one for cheap, that's called paper hands. All right, don't be a paper hands. Well, unless you want to. This is not financial advice. If you want to be paper hands, hey, it's your deal. Now for me, I'm diamond hands, baby. I hold on to these things because I believe in them. That's why I'm in the project. All right, I want to see the value go up. Try to pry them out of my dead knuckles. Now, unless I can find a really good flip, in which case, paper hands for life, baby. So guys, if somebody comes up to you and asks what an NFT is, and you tell them that it's just art, pretty much, go ahead and just subscribe and then delete your YouTube account. And by delete it, I mean give it to somebody else, because I need that sub. But hopefully you are way more comfortable about NFTs in this space now. If you guys want more detailed videos about individual aspects of this process, let me know in the comments. Please let me know. And if you guys have any suggestions or corrections on things that I've said, maybe you don't agree, go ahead and let me know. Everybody's welcome here. Okay, that's what this is all about. So guys, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, either way, please leave a like, please subscribe, and please join my Twitter, guys, because I want to really teach you and educate you, as well as gain education from those that are more knowledgeable, so that I can continue to learn as well, because I'm always trying to learn new things. So please, guys, join this community, join my Discord, and we can talk and have a good time, talk about new projects. I would love to talk about new projects that you guys are hyped about, and because I'm trying to get on that train, baby. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for sticking around. Let me know if this was helpful to you, please, seriously, in the comments, and have a great day or night. God bless you.